Sunday. He threw for under 100 yards and was pulled in the second half after his third interception. Now, after the blowout loss, the 49ers' Cam dressed like, well, Cam for the post-game presser. That didn't sit well with former Pro Bowl quarterback Jeff Garcia, who had a huge issue with Cam's wardrobe after a bad performance. Y'all take a listen.
You go into this game, 2 touchdowns, 4 interceptions. You throw, what, 3 more interceptions? You get yanked in the second half. There's nothing good going your way. Why are you dressing like that to bring more attention to yourself? I'd be trying to ask the equipment managers, put me in your jock sock cart and sneak me in the back door, and I'll show up on the field and do the best that I can.
Man, now Cam took the high road and said Garcia's criticism was fair, but added, quote, "I'm not changing the way I dressed." Despite the hoodie that he's wearing, I had to bring in Reggie Bush because my dog is usually fashion forward. Hello. But everybody takes a day off, I guess.
Kanye.
You know, everybody gets comfortable, Marcellus. If you accomplish enough things in life, you come on national television in, just a hoodie. It's fine. It's fine. No judgment. Big Bro Sal, you up first. Do you have an issue with Jeff Garcia's criticism of Cam Newton's wardrobe?
Hell yeah, I do. It's one of those takes that you have so much and so many issues with it. I don't even know where to start, but I'm just going to keep it simple. Don't judge a book by its cover.
Talk about it.
Not just true in life, but even truer in the game of football. This whole correlation between how you look and bringing attention to yourself and how you're going to perform. Like, can we stop? I understand that Deion Sanders said, what? If you go out there and you look good, you feel good, you play good, they pay good. That works for Deion, and that works for a lot of guys. But the contrary and the opposite is not true. Like, if you don't feel good, if you don't look good, then you're not going to play good. Because let me tell you about some of these guys that I played with before. I played with some war paint guys. Y'all know them dudes, right? Walking around, oh, right, yes, coach. I was like, oh! And then go out on the football field, pillows, sorry as hell. And then I saw some dudes that you're like, you know some dudes show up in the locker room, you're like, yo, we got a game today. Can you at least dress up for the moment? Yeah, whatever. Reading comic books before the game, on their phone the whole damn pregame, laughing, laying down on the floor just with a towel on. You're like, dog, are you ever going to ramp up for this moment?
And then the game start.
Boy, when that game start, that ball kicked off. Hammer! Here he comes. So I just don't like this link between outside appearance and actually the performance that's happening between the white lines.
Fellas, I thought we was past this. Jeff Garcia, one of those get off my lawn type of guys. I thought we was past this. I mean, think about this. Cam Newton's not necessarily attracting attention to himself just because you are that attention. Just because you look don't mean they attracting the attention. It's your fault that you were distracted. Like, think about this. Remember last year, the Houston Texans linebackers, they came as Mortal Kombat guys. They dressed as a SWAT team. They came out here in costumes. They were literally trying to attract attention, wearing costumes. Cam Newton's just wearing 3-piece fitted suits. Jeff Garcia, it's not your fault if that is unfamiliar territory. See, to someone like me, Marcellus, to someone like me, Reggie, I don't think anything of it. I seen one of Cam Newton's fits. I'm like, oh, that's stylish. That's something I would wear. That's literally something I did wear. Cam Newton, he rocked the yellow week 1. I said, you know what? That's low-key fresh. I had that in my repertoire. I said, I'm going to go ahead and whip that out. Colin Coward said, no one looks good in yellow besides Cam. I will challenge you, Colin. Your boy was wearing that fit. So I hate the Jeff Garcia take because how you dress really is no indictment on how you're going to play or vice versa.
Yeah, I agree with you 100%, man. This one for me was, I thought we was past this as well, man. Like the way Cam dresses has nothing to do with his ability to win football games on Sundays. At the end of the day, what it comes down to is if you are throwing touchdowns and you scoring points and you winning football games, they would never even bring this up. Where was they at in the first 2-3 weeks Cam Newton was balling? Nobody was talking about it. It wasn't bringing up nothing like that. Now he went to coronavirus, had to come back, fighting through some adversity, has not played well, has not looked good. I'm not going to blame his suits for that. I'm going to blame Cam for that. So at the end of the day, I actually like this outfit that he was wearing.
Hey, that's what I'm saying.
Outfit worn. I didn't think this was a bad one.
You've seen them all. You're like, yo, it could get a lot worse. It could be some hotter takes, Jeff Garcia, if you really want to go through that closet. It's crazy because this is an interesting conversation about attention. I like how Acho was going to this point about how much does it cost you to pay attention to somebody else? It costs you nothing. You know what? You don't have to pay attention. But if you are going to pay attention, now don't turn the tides on that person for you being distracted and paying attention to them. My sister is a fashionista, and I just show up the way I just woke up. I don't give a damn. But my sister, and at first I used to think she was fake or she doing too much. I used to clown her. I'm like, damn, we just going to 7-Eleven. Can you calm down? She putting on the heels, the glitter, glam style. She ready. Soon as she leave the house, it's a presentation. But I come to realize that's who she really is. Just like I love music and nobody could talk me out of it, nobody could talk her out of going out there and feeling her best by looking her best. And speaking of music, let me give you my DJ example. I think it applies here. Because this is how it all turns on you guys. It's amazing that no one cares what you do until what, Acho?
You're not doing what you're supposed to be doing.
And now all of a sudden they want to get at Cam because the 10 turnovers in the last 3 games. The suit didn't make them do that. Them fingers and them balls thrown over the receiver's head made them do it. My DJ example was this. As a rookie, as soon as I got my first check, I bought myself DJ equipment. And then when I bought myself DJ equipment, I was spinning every day after practice. That was just my release from playing in the NFL. That was my hobby of choice. And I used to DJ all these big parties, Super Bowl parties, DJ for Kanye, Run DMC back in the days, Outkast, you name it, I DJ for the parties. And I used to DJ the owners' parties as well. Like the owner of my team, literally, Marcellus, can you DJ my party? Oh, yeah, excited for me. But that's when I was balling and climbing up that ladder. And as soon as I hit that wall and then started to come down the ladder, you know what they started to say to me?
What they say?
Man, if Marcellus wasn't DJing and distracted so much by all this DJing, then maybe he would be better on the field. You dirty son of a... What? I've been DJing with that on my back climbing up the mountain, but now they're going to say that's the jetpack that's taking me down the mountain at warp speed. Crazy how they flip on you.
My thing, Marcellus and Reggie, y'all hit the nail on the head. Jeff Garcia was waiting for this one. Because if you were going to attack one of Cam's outfits, if you were going to attack this fashion, that wasn't the day to do it. Like, that was actually basic. You know what I'm saying? Here's my thing. Garcia, you want Cam Newton to wear a banker suit? Like, you want him to look like a bank teller? Is that what you asking for? Think about it. It's Cam being Cam. I have to say this as I kind of wind down my thoughts on the matter. We got to get past a point in our society where we diminish other people for doing things that are unfamiliar to us. We got to get past that point where it's like, what you're doing is unfamiliar to me, so I'm going to diminish what you're doing. Not because what you're doing is actually a distraction, not because what you're doing is actually a detraction, but because what you're doing is unfamiliar to me, so I have a problem with it. I submit there's actually nothing wrong with what Cam Newton is doing. How Cam Newton dresses, I ain't got an issue with it. Reg ain't got an issue with it. What it sounds like, Sel ain't got an issue with it. I wonder why. I'm not going to try to find the underlying reasonings and the underlying variables, but all I'm going to say is we ain't got an issue with it. Why? Because it's familiar to me. You look at Reg, it might be familiar to him and Sel. So stop diminishing what someone else is doing, Jeff Garcia, just because it is not familiar to you.
Hey, man, listen, there's not really much else to say other than that, bro. You really capped it off perfectly, man. So, yeah, Jeff, do better next time, man.
Hey, man, like, if he seen my Uncle Cardell in '83 used to look like Cam Plus, like, and have some of that.
Hey, your sister was getting dressed to go 7-Eleven for real?
Yeah, it's a real thing.
I
Like,
mean, I feel
now,
it,
there you
though.
go. You unfamiliar with it.
I'm just
Hold on. You going to have some criticism about something you
Them
unfamiliar with?
Slurpees hit. So them Slurpees hit. I would get dressed for a Slurpee, too. I'm not going to lie.
But see, that's the beautiful thing about it. We have to go deeper in the assessment. It's not just for our interpretation. It's for their realization. Like, they feel good. Like, what looks good doesn't depend on us. It depends on what they feel good in. Just like Reggie felt good in the hoodie. I felt good in the OG Crip suit, and you felt good being Grimace today. It doesn't matter how you're taking
What is Grimace?
It's about
What is
me
Grimace?
giving.
What is Grimace? I don't know what Grimace is.
Damn, we got to go to break. You don't know who Grimace is?
Who is Grimace?
Barney. You know who Grimace is?
Oh, I know Barney.
Okay, well, Grimace came before Barney. Damn it.
I was born in 1990, Marcellus.
Yeah,
Stop aging yourself.
And McDonald's has been around longer than you and still
Go to
is
break.
top dog.
Go to break.